Yo, wait, hold on.
Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up.
I was just getting my what's up? My tripod ready.
Are we gonna get over 1,000 people on this live?
I don't know. Fuck if I know. I don't know. Instagram's all fucked up.
I need you to claim it right now.
Fuck yeah, we will, motherfucker.
Yes! Claim that shit. Boom. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up.
Yo. I feel like $1 million today. It's minus my hair.
Me too. And you look fine as hell.
I appreciate that. I really do. Can I tell you what happened yesterday at my hair appointment?
Okay, tell me.
Okay. My hair lady, she got, okay, well, this is going to go a little bit kind of like conspiracy theory, but fuck it. My hairdresser lady got all the vaccines and the boosters. And after her last vaccine, she was diagnosed. She didn't have it in her her whatever it's called, like not your whatever, your DNA or whatever, but she got diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis.
After
the last vaccine. Yeah. And her doctor said that this is the 9th person in the last 6 months that she's seen receiving that got the diagnosis of MS when it wasn't in her like database in her cells or whatever. I don't know how to explain that.
By the way, we have above 1,000 people for the first time ever.
Oh, yay. So anyway, the point is that she wasn't feeling well, so I couldn't use her. I couldn't go see her. I had to call somebody. I had to use somebody else in the salon. Long story short, yesterday, this woman's like, I've been doing hair for 27 years. Don't worry. I just wanted my grays done. Okay. Like, just like touch up the motherfucking grays.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing the color she's putting on is turning kind of reddish orange. And I'm like, normally doesn't look like this. This is really weird. And then as she's washing it out, she's like, oh, the red looks so beautiful. And I'm like, there's not normally red. She's like, oh, it's going to blend in.
I hate when they, can I tell, no. You know what I hate? When you're trying on a pair of shoes and they're like, don't worry, it's going to stretch. It's like, bitch, it's not good. The shoe was made. What do you mean it's going to stretch? You just want to sail?
Literally, she was like, the red just looks so beautiful. And I'm like, there's never red. What the fuck are you talking about? I get out of the little chair where they do wash your hair. I look in the fucking mirror and I look like Pippi fucking Longstocking. I am like, what the fuck is this?
I'm dying.
And I'm like,
oh my God.
She's like, oh, is that not the red you want? I should have taken a photo. It literally looked like somebody fucked up your head of hair. Like, fucked it up.
I can't.
And I was like, you have to fix this. This is not, none of this is okay. None of this is no, this is absolutely, this is Pippi fucking Longstocking. No. And so she's like, okay, don't worry. She's like, I was just looking at your facial features and your freckles and, it made sense what color I use. I'm like, listen, lady, none of what you chose made sense because this looks so red. Like it was like orange. Oh my God. Not even red, orange. So I had to sit for 2 more hours while she like toned the whole fucking head thing down. And what was so interesting was that she never took responsibility for fucking up. Like, I
hate that.
Yeah, like she couldn't just say, I'm so sorry, I fucked up. I didn't choose the right color, right? Like, it's like, why can't humans just fucking be authentic? Just be like, oh my fucking God, your hair looks like shit. I am so sorry. Like, what is that about humans?
Dude,
that we...
Dude, I went to the Century City Mall, the Westfield Mall.
Yeah.
I went there a few months ago and I walked into this store, right?
Yeah.
The girl left on her lunch break and locked me in the store. No, no,
Wait,
no.
like,
I was alone in the motherfucking store.
did she not know you were in there?
She didn't know I was there. She left on her break. And she came back and I'm like, hi. She didn't even say sorry. She's like, oh, but I don't know. I didn't see you. I'm like, can you just say sorry? God.
Wait, what were you nervous that you were in the store by yourself? Like, were you trying to get out? Like, what happened?
I was super chill. I was like, I know she's going to come back. But then other people were trying to get in the store. I'm like, I don't know. She didn't even apologize to me. She's like, but I didn't see you. You couldn't have been in the store. I'm like, I'm in the fucking store.
What is it with humans, man? It's mind blowing. Like, we will literally fight against the absolute truth of what is physically in front of you. We will fight against the physical truth. Like, the hair looked fucked up. You're gonna actually fight again. Imagine what they must be like in their everyday life. I can't even fathom.
And they have
like
kids. These people have kids.
Yeah, they have kids, they have relationships, and so there's this constant unconscious way of living where you're in denial of what is arising. Like, like it's so freeing to be like, oh my God, I fucked up, or oh my God, I locked you in this store, or oh my God, I don't know anything other than the denial of what is physically in front of you. I'm sick of it. I just want people to be so, I want people that are just like, I'm fucked up, I've got trauma, this is a response from my trauma, I don't know how to feel this, I'm afraid, I'm gonna run away, I'm gonna just be what is so fully present, like,
Yeah.
like, let that just, like, I was just in my Align class and it was like, forgot what somebody was saying. They were afraid to feel the anxiety. And so they were constantly doing things to not feel the anxiety. And I was like, what the moment we stop running from anything, the moment we just bring out from the closet, like, oh, what's in the closet? Oh, that crazy thought? What are you so embarrassed of? What are you so ashamed of? What do you not want anyone to know? Voice that, speak that, like, talk about that, like, that's true freedom.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, there are realities that we haven't connected to yet where everything in your mind is shown to everyone. Everyone knows it's a transparent reality. So you might as well start cleaning up your act now and being open and transparent about your struggles, because you won't be able to stop this.
Right.
The planet is going up. She ain't waiting for you. She's been waiting for you.
Yeah.
She's
been waiting. It's so true. It's so, I mean, imagine if we could read everybody's minds right now, it would be a nightmare, because we wouldn't be able to, because we're still in so much trauma ourselves. In order to be able to hold somebody else's trauma, you have to be able to hold your own trauma, right? And so if you can't hold your own trauma and somebody else's trauma arises, it's going to trigger you, and then you're going to resist and fight against and blame and judge. And so imagine, like, in order to be able to comfortably kind of read somebody else's mind and allow whatever that is to be okay, means that you have to be okay with whatever's in your mind, all the different thoughts that you have, all the different emotions that you have throughout the day, all the beliefs that you have.
It's going to shift from shaming to, God gave me this assignment, I'm dealing with these things.
Yes.
You feel the difference?
Yes.
I'm not attached to these things, but God gave me this curriculum, this assignment that I'm working on clearing right now. And everyone looks at you like, yo, you're brave. You took that much on. You struggle with this sexual thing, that sexual thing, this money thing. But people are going to look at you like, yeah, I'm already detached from it, but I'm working with this. That's my assignment.
Yes. That's it. The freedom in that, and also the compassion in that, the permission. It's like, You know, like we always are like trying to like have this feeling of like one-upping somebody, or no, I'm not, I don't feel that, you know, I don't have that sort of insecurity, or I'm not, I don't feel that sort of unworthiness, or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bitch, we are all in some sort of shadowy aspects throughout our day. And
Right.
it's like, the more that we can courageously be like, this is the shit I'm in, what are you in, you know, and just allow it,
Yeah.
you know, just like, oh, the freedom in that, the freedom in that. I think that right now on the planet, we are doing the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, I think that we're pretending a lot right now. A lot of
Well, what it
people.
is that we're constantly looking for a solution to our low frequency.
Mm,
What? We're constantly looking for a solution to our low frequency.
mm. There's no solution. There's no solution.
There is
There's.
none. It's crazy. When I went through my breakup, I'm like, oh, I need to find someone that no, fuck all that. Get back to you.
Mhm.
Never make a choice from that lower frequency.
Yep. Never make a choice from that lower frequency, and that's why, and that's where sitting in the uncomfortable can be so uncomfortable, you
Right.
know, because we want to get out of it, and so we're like, oh, I'll just go date somebody else, I'll get out of it, you know, oh, I'll just go binge and do whatever and get out of it. And it's like, it's being in that uncomfortable state where the uncomfortable state shifts, and then you're a fucking badass,
Right.
right? Then you realize, like, fuck it, I'm not going to die in any of this. If I don't react to trying to get out of it, you know, that's when you are, that's when you become most empowered on this planet, you know, because
Yeah.
you're not running from the low vibration. You don't give a fuck. You're just
Yeah.
like, I don't have time. Like, what else? What else? What else?
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but I went on a date yesterday,
No.
and it was just I didn't feel a connection. The guy was really smart, like scientist and spiritual, really smart. And at one point, he said to me, "I can see why people like to be around you because you're really calm." And immediately, the download I received was, "It's not that I'm calm; it's that nothing phases me anymore. So I don't care what comes out of your mouth. I hold all of it. I don't." I don't judge any of it. So when you start to expand your energy field, when your aura starts to glow up, it starts to glow up. People feel that calmness and warmth coming off of you, not because you're trying to do that, but because you've integrated so many lessons, so many traumas that your field just goes whoop and it just expands. And now there's like this so much energy holding everything.
Yeah, you can hold so much more.
Right.
There's a lightness that is felt. It's like it's like a balloon that continues to be blown up almost, right? It just kind of gets, it just expands and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's lighter. So like when you take a balloon and it's not blown up, it's heavier. But when you start to blow the balloon up, it gets lighter and lighter, and it expands and it expands, and it's capable of holding so much more than it was prior to it being kind of blown up. And I feel like that's what you and I are being as more and more, is this space holder for everything, realizing that we're none of what is arising within people, and but observing it and watching it, watching reactions and responses from people. And because of the deep inner work that we continue to do, there's this allowance or space, where there's not a reaction as much anymore, you know, to how somebody shows up. There's a deep, deep freedom in that, you know.
Someone's like, Johanna is like, who is this lovely lady? I love her. That is Lorie Ladd, everybody. That is Lorie Ladd. Yo, let me just show you something real quick.
Oh my God. Who
Hold
is
on.
this lovely lady?
Lorie
Well,
Ladd.
thank you, Joanne.
I'm trying to look for the I know it's here.
Dude, I just not sprayed. I like energetically cleaned the fuck out of my place this morning. Like I
Yeah.
Palo Santo the fuck out of, like, I literally was like, demons be gone, even though there aren't demons in my house. And I was like going around, like I just like saged or Palo Santo the fuck out of my place, and it feels so good this morning in it. Oh my God, I have candles lit. Oh,
Lorie
what?
lad, Lorie lad, Lorie, Pippi Longstocking, Pippi Longstocking.
Dude, I can't believe I didn't take a photo. I think I was so fucking like in awe.
Do they charge you? Did she charge you?
Yeah, but it was only $150. But yeah, she charged me.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't tell my lady. I didn't tell my hair lady about it, but I will. It
Yeah.
was mortifying. It was like I've never had that happen to my hair in all the years that I've gotten my hair done.
Man,
Never.
it looks good
It'd be
now.
long fucking stocking. Yeah, it looks fucking natural, normal now, but sweet baby Jesus, dude. You know what? You want to know if you are, nothing rattles me. There's very few things that can rattle me now, right? Literally. Even looking at my hair and seeing Pippi Longstocking, I was just like, we're gonna fix this, right? We're fixing this, right? Like we're not walking on. So it's like so many women would go into anxiety and freak out, and you know what I mean? And it's like they're even the IRS audit. It's like it
Oh
just
my
doesn't
God.
rattle me.
I was like, for you, like, I don't know if I can go through that, honestly.
I mean, you would go through it and you would just watch yourself navigate going through it. But I mean, literally, we are learning how to not be rattled by anything,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
matter what comes. It's like, how am how am I navigating this? How am I reacting or responding to this? Am I reacting to it? Am I running from it? Am I responding from a place of centeredness and alignment and like, courage?
I'm thinking the body, I swear to you guys, like, you just have to think of your physical body as a vacuum cleaner. It's a vacuum.
Hmm.
It's going to vacuum the experiences that your soul wants to have. You just let it happen, keep letting it happen, and then that moment passes.
Always.
That's it. But I mean, we're truly not in control.
No.
We're not in control. We don't get to control this.
Nope. Nope. And the more you want to control, let me know how it goes, because if there's one thing, I mean, there's multiple things that I'm just completely in awe of over life, but one of the things that I am really humbled by is we're not in control.
Me too.
And the more that you let go of trying to control anything, the more you're going to have temper tantrums, the more you're going to kick and scream, the more you're going to want to change things. And that is the invitation to continue to let go of trying to control anything. And I think a lot of us here we've been in this place that we would call a pause, right? Or stagnant, whatever word you would use. And I would say what we have been practicing is letting go of control.
Yes.
Trying to find the answer, trying to find the solution, trying to figure it out. When you stop controlling, you find yourself in this like elongated fucking pause. You're like, the fuck is going on? Like, is anything gonna move? Is anything gonna happen? Like what's next? What's the answer? What's the solution? It's like, let go.
Let
It'll
it
be
go.
shown to you. It's always being shown to us.
Yeah. It I have to say that something is definitely, I love shifting in my consciousness. I love knowing that I'm not in control. I love knowing that I'm just here. This body is like a holographic unit, and it's going to go through what it's going to go through, and I'll witness it all, and I'll feel it all. It is what it is. There's nowhere
So
to run to anymore,
no,
you guys.
nowhere.
There's nowhere. Everywhere you've been trying to go has been the wrong direction.
It's shocking to me how much trauma people still play in. Like it's like the conscious awareness of choosing to still play in the trauma, which is like, I'm going to choose to continue to run from ... I'm going to continue to still choose to allow fear to control my decisions. I'm going to still, I'm going to be conscious and choose to fight against, try to make people wrong. I don't know. There's so many ways that it shows up. And I guess the more that I am, you know, being in whatever is throughout my day, the more in awe I am of how people are just resisting.
I just want people to know, like, if you choose this path that we're on right now, honestly, because I believe everyone watching this is supposed to be on this path. If you choose this path, it's a very straight, narrow path. And you're going to have to experience all those lifetimes that you would have had to gone through physically, emotionally. You're going to have to experience all the lines that you're skipping, but you're going to still have to feel them emotionally. That's why whenever you feel something emotionally, it's because you don't need to play it out physically. I need people to get this. Whenever you feel a lot emotionally, it's because you're not going to have to play it out physically. And that's better, because if you play it out physically, it could take 10 years, 15 years. So every lifetime that you're not going to have to do physically, you get to swallow it emotionally.
It's so huge what you're saying. I mean, it's really, really powerful what you're saying right now. If people actually got it, if they understood, then they would feel everything.
Yeah.
The problem is that people don't want to feel, and so they're continuing to physically perpetuate the suffering and the trauma and the lessons because they don't want to actually just emotionally feel what's arising.
So an example of this is this morning I did a call with a woman who won't let go of her partner. Her partner doesn't want to be public in the open together. And she's been holding on 3 years, crying.
3 years?
The whole time she's elongating the physical world, the physical experience, when the whole time the universe is like, can you just let the fuck go?
Wow.
Let go. And this is something else I want to say to you guys, okay? Because she might be in it another 5 years because she doesn't want to let go. But here's what I want to say to you guys. The beings that guide me on this journey, they're very matter of fact with me, because there's very few people on this planet right now, very few people, maybe just 1,000, maybe just 2,000, who are truly following this path of letting go of the world. But these beings that work with you, they're not going to beat around the bush with you. They're going to say, you got to let that go now. We've got to go higher. Let go of this lifetime. We need to get to the next lifetime within this lifetime. We need to condense 200 lifetimes in 20 lifetimes.
So true.
So we got shit to do.
Dude, it's so powerful what you said. It's so powerful. I'm going back to what you said about feeling the emotion so that you don't physically play it out. Every single one of us right now is being given the opportunity to feel instead of physically continue to manifest the traumas and the suffering and the lessons and the patterns. If you just fucking sit and feel, which is not easy. It is so uncomfortable. It can be nauseating. I was nauseous for the last 24 hours. I hardly ate fucking anything because I was in so much sadness and heartbreak and pain, you know, and it's all I did was allow it. I was like, I know one thing for fucking sure. I'm not doing that again. Whatever that was the lesson, right? And so it's like, okay, I'm going to sit and feel whatever this is so that it can transmute, so that it can propel me, so that it can show me what's next, so that I can get all the juice out of that experience and not do it ever again, whatever it was that I did, which really wasn't anything other than continuing to show up and lean in and open my heart, but not going back, not keep grabbing, not staying because it feels safe, right? But letting the fuck go and being in that pain. Like if you let go and be in the pain, the
Yes.
universe is gonna wow you.
Yeah.
And it's true what your guides say. Like my guides are like, bitch, we got something else in store for you. Let it go, right? It's like,
But they're not judging me.
no.
They're not judging me. It's just that they're like, let that, like, we want to give you the best life. We want you to graduate from this planet that is a school. So let that go.
Let it go.
And yeah, you're right. It's you have to be willing to feel the pain that results from letting go. You have to be willing to feel that pain, because when you do that, you're swallowing all the physical experiences that you would have had. You're swallowing those physical experiences, and you're becoming the Mario that ate the mushroom. You power up. You're continuously powering up.
And you won't, I guarantee you, once you go through that kind of pain, right? If you are conscious, you won't run from life. You won't run from the comfortableness of going back to old patterns, right? You won't do that. You just won't. The more that you are in the pain of life, and pain comes when you choose new ways, when you let go, you know? Yeah.
Well, I knew a guy a few months ago who had just broken up with his boyfriend, and he couldn't even eat anything. He's like, I'm on a strict diet. I just broke up. I need to take my power back. I'm like, you're missing the whole point. I didn't say that to him because it wasn't my place to say it. But a lot of times when we go through a breakup, we have a flare up and we want to get back in that controlling, that driver's seat. Nah. Let the fucking breakup shatter you and rebuild you and transform you. But there are people who are like, I just broke up. Now I need to get on this diet. I need to think clear, blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. That's just a reaction to the breakup. The idea is to transcend all reactivity.
Yes.
You have to
it's huge.
Transcend reactivity.
Transcend the reactivity. The reactivity is huge, you guys. The reaction is the running from the pain. The reaction is, I've got to get out of this. I'm going to go work out 24 hours.
I'm going to get my control back.
Yeah. And I'm gonna focus on my work. I'm gonna, that is the reaction to simply just feeling the pain, the heartache, the heartbreak, whatever it is that the loneliness, the abandonment, whatever it is that you're feeling. If you actually just allow yourself to sit and feel it, first of all, it dissolves quicker. And second, you will no longer be playing in really unconscious behaviors, which is, I'm going to bury myself in my work. I'm going to go and exercise all the time. I'm going to get on a strict diet, and I'm going to focus on this, and I'm going to focus on that, and fuck them. I don't need this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you got to break. This is the thing that came in today with my class was the more that you can be aware of how you live in the belief that an emotion can destroy you. Okay. Most of us unconsciously believe that an emotion will destroy us, which is why we won't feel it. Right. So if you can be aware of that, I don't want to feel this because deep down, I think it's going to destroy me, or it will control me. It will own me. And the more, so you're aware of that, so that you're aware of running from it. And then you do the opposite, which is, I'm going to literally jump into this so badly that I allow it to potentially burn me up, destroy me. And what you realize when you do that, when you jump in, when you get naked with it, when you let it burn you up, what you realize is that it never burns you. What you realize is that the emotion, it doesn't control you. It doesn't disempower you. It actually does the opposite. You light up. You don't burn. You don't die. You're empowered.
Yes.
You're like, holy fuck, I made it out of that. Holy shit, that's not me. Holy fuck, I believed for so long that if I felt these things, I would burn. I would die in the fire. It's like, no, no. And then when anything arises, you're like, fuck it, I know it's not going to burn me. So bring it.
And
then
it doesn't mean it's not going to hurt, by the way. I just want people to know, I want people to understand something. I still go through it all the time. But the difference now is I know that it's not my choice. It's what the universe is putting me through so that I can not reincarnate 200 times.
Exactly.
It's what the universe is wanting me to go through. So the difference now is I don't think I'm unenlightened if I still go through struggle. I don't think I'm unenlightened if I don't go through struggle. If anything, you're going to go through more struggle if you've been elected and selected to go through the shit.
Yeah, it doesn't
go through more struggle. But you're not thinking in a victim way. I'm so close right now. Okay, don't do that. You're not thinking you're not thinking in a victim way. You're thinking in a way like, I'm so honored that the universe is putting me through this initiation.
Yes.
You're being initiated.
Yep.
Into a higher level. But if you get reactive and you don't want to feel the pain, do you jump on a higher timeline, or do you stay in the same old timeline?
You stay in the same old motherfucking timeline.
Same old motherfucking timeline.
Just repeat the same old motherfucking shit because you're playing in the same old fucking trauma stories of, well, this is what always happens to me, so this is what's going to happen again, and this is what I'm playing in. It's like, wow, you are not actually letting life fucking destroy you so that you can realize that you're none of it and actually have the most miraculous fucking life possible.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
The emotions, you guys, I just need you guys to understand. Lorie talks about emotions a lot because it's all we need to talk about. The emotions are literally, if you're willing to feel them, they are a technology that bring you to a higher reality. Your emotions are an actual technology, when felt, that bring you to a higher reality. And then that lower reality that you just left, guess what happens to that one? It serves you because it wants to learn from you. That lower reality becomes your student. People in that reality become your student. They become a student because they're like, how are you so chill? Mm-hmm. You're being rolled through the mud right now. Mm-hmm. How are you so chill? Mm-hmm. How are you able to maintain your poise and your composure? It's because I've transcended that lower reality by virtue of feeling these emotions. And in feeling those emotions, I utilize the technology that the universe gave me to move into a higher level. Mm-hmm. But if you don't feel your emotions, you're just going to stay on the same timeline.
Mm-hmm. It's so fucking true. It's yes, yes, yes. And the technologies that you're speaking of, it allows us this superpower, like a superhero power, in my opinion, to go through life. And it's not a superpower. It's not superpowers or technologies where you don't find yourself in turmoil again or find yourself in pain. It's the opposite. It's like, meaning it doesn't matter what the fuck you feel. It doesn't matter what arises. It doesn't matter. So the technology is stepping out of the illusion that you have to run from, fix, change, figure out, find the solution, all that excess bullshit energy that you're literally leaking out into the physical world that isn't even real. That's the technology that you right. access when you start feeling fucking everything and you stop running from, like, why stay in a relationship where you are not satisfied and not being fulfilled and feeling worthy of, only because you don't want to feel the pain of sadness and heartbreak, when sadness and heartbreak is what is going to elevate you. It's what's going to free you. You're keeping yourself in an imprisoned state because you are simply, consciously, what's happening is that you are simply afraid to feel sadness, heartbreak, loneliness, and anything else that may arise when you let go of that person. That is a fucking mind-blowing, what the fuck?
Yes. And what happens to people is they revert to the previous version of themselves that they thought worked for them. But whatever you went through after that is showing you that it was time for you to get an upgrade. So why are you going backwards? It happens all the time. I'll speak to people who are like, I want to be who I was 10 years ago. I'm like, bitch, listen to me. That train's left the station, boo. Like, you're not the same age anymore. You've been through things. You need to let that go. Everything is happening so that you can upgrade into the next version of you. Yeah. That's why when you go through a breakup, don't just be like, oh, I need to get on a diet now. I need to get back to who I was. Who you were wasn't working, boo. It wasn't working. It was, but now it's time for an upgrade. So let me take that back. It was, but then that new experience was sent your way so that you can move up, not go back down.
Yeah. Yeah, you always want forward motion.
Right.
You want to be aware of forward motion, not backward motion. Even if you want to be aware of the awareness that I want to be where I was 10 years ago, that is cutting yourself off or cutting yourself short from what's available and what you can step into, you know? Oh, I want to be where I was, as happy as I was 10 years ago before ... You're living in a past. You're not living in the present. You're not living in the gift of what life has to offer you up next. Like, you know, don't go back. That doesn't even make any sense. That's not even, that doesn't, it's like, there's so much, no matter how old you are, who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
Right?
Age is a number. But like, basically, this is what I want to get across to people before we go. If you've ever gossiped, which we all have, and then you decide, I'm graduating from gossip, I'm not interested anymore. Whenever my friends are nasty, I'm going to go quiet because I'm not a people pleaser anymore. I'm going to go quiet. Eventually you swallow that lower reality, right? You swallow it. It folds into you. And then what ends up happening is you're not bothered anymore. So people, at first you're like bothered when people are gossiping because you know you're still changing. You still haven't fully changed. So at first you hear people gossip and you might say, hey, why are you saying that? That's because you haven't fully swallowed that reality. You get what I'm saying, right? Mm-hmm. You're still in transition. Mm-hmm. When you fully transition into the next reality, you can be around all kinds of people. You're completely unbothered, completely unaffected, but all the information is available to you. You're not judging the information. You're observing the information, but none of those realities can touch you. None of them. And you know it. You confidently know it. Because even though you appear to be there physically, this is the important part. Even though you appear to be there physically in that crowd, you're just a spirit guide. You're just a spirit guide that needs the body to be there to shine your light. So you're not even a human anymore. You're like a spirit guide just using this body to shine your light.
It's so true, which is why it's so, people will say, well, I don't like having these boring conversations with unconscious people, right? Or I don't like to be having conversations with people that don't think the same way I do. And I'm like, bitch, you're missing the whole fucking point. Like, the whole point is that none of it is just you being in whatever conversation you're in as the truest expression of you is, there is no, if someone's unconscious, that doesn't mean you're unconscious. Exactly. So if you're judging right? Oh my God, I'm listening to these unconscious people. I can't be in this. That's only because there's a part of you that still believes that you are unconscious in some way, shape, or form. Otherwise, it wouldn't fucking matter what they think, how they're being. None of it matters. You're just literally a vessel watching this all play out, saying, holy shit, what else do you think? What the fuck else do you believe? Holy cow, right? And you're just kind of in awe of it because you know that you are none of it. It's when you believe that somehow you are also in those states, and you better run from these people because they don't think the same way. They don't feel the same way. They don't, it's like, have you guys lost your fucking minds? Do you realize that you're going to have to stand in all of this?
And let me tell you something. When you truly stand in it, when you fully transitioned, it feels like a massage.
Yeah.
The whole thing, even if you're around people who are like unconscious, the whole thing feels like a massage. Why? Because you're on purpose. You're in your purpose. So you're in your purpose. That light is enveloping you the whole time.
Yeah.
It's giving you a foot rub.
Yep.
It's putting lip balm on your lips. It's giving you a little head massage. Everything feels so good. So if you're still judging people who are unconscious, it means you still haven't fully switched.
100%. It's so true. It's literally how I live. And I'm literally just like when I'm standing, nothing matters. So whatever,
right.
Whoever I'm around, it doesn't matter. I don't have to get away from it. If they believe in ... which I don't, if they live in ways that I don't, like, none of it matters. It's this beauty of like, wow.
It's a
like
movie.
Yeah, like you're just like, you're literally like, I actually like vibrate even more when I am in
service.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just there isn't a resistance or a fight against like, oh, I better go find my soul tribe. Like, the fuck does that even mean? Like, why don't you just show up for what is and allow the universe to wow you by all the different people that don't see it the same way you do, so that you can be in that state of surrender and acceptance and the wow of life. And I don't need to change people. People don't, it's like, it's a whole different way of living.
That's what's great. Can I just say one thing? One more thing. You literally can't change people, just like you can't change your life. Nope. You got to accept what life throws at you. You can't change. That's the thing. We've been so lied to that we have authority. The only thing you have authority over is how in alignment you're going to be. But once you slide into that state of alignment, the universe is going to do what it's going to do. Yeah. And then you're just there for it. You're like, okay, I'm just here. Whatever happens, happens. I know I'm in alignment, so I accept everything that's happening to me. It's happening to me because I'm in alignment, right? But we think we can control people. We think we can change people. We think we can change things. The only reason you have a free will, everyone listen really closely. The only reason a free will has been assigned to you is for one reason only: to use that free will, that choice, to get aligned. That is it. And then once you're aligned, everything starts to happen through you. Now, what most people are doing is they're using their free will to disconnect. I want what I want now. I want instant gratification, so I'm going to post this selfie now. But that's all you using your free will in a flawed way. You're not using it correctly. Your free will was given to you to align with source. That's it.
It's so good.
What?
It's so...
You know what? I'm saving this and I'm posting this shit to YouTube again.
It's so true. Like, we cannot change fucking anyone. And this idea that we have to only be around people that are awake, whatever the fuck that means. Because, by the way, if you're saying that, you're most likely not awake. I hate to say it. And what the fuck does awake even mean? Like, awake to what? Like, do you know how many people I know in my life that are aware of all the bullshit, but have no ability to actually feel trauma? Yeah. So, like, it doesn't matter to me how awake you are in the world in terms of seeing things. If you can't see your own shadow, if you can't stand in front of me and feel your deepest pains, right? Then none of it matters. So this idea that we have to be around only like-minded people, that we have to find our own communities and build these communities, I understand that, but the world is asking you the opposite. The world is asking you to stand in all the differences. The world is asking you to shine your light in the places where people don't understand you. The world is asking you to show up in front of people that do it the complete opposite. That's what's needed. That is what is needed, is being able to do that, right?
Yeah.
And that requires massive internal work.
I mean, even during the pandemic, I leaned a little more conservative, as everyone knows. And I kept following those pages, but all they do now is bash people like Sam Smith or bash people this, bash people that. That's not enlightenment. Enlightenment doesn't happen from bashing people. It happens from feeling, like you said, your own shadow. What is all of that going to do anyways? What is it going to do? You're here to heal yourself in this life. You're here to become a creator of your own reality in this life. That can't happen if you're still pointing the finger at Sam Smith or this person or that person. That can't happen. Ultimately, you have to feel what's coming up for you. Mm-hmm. That's the only way through.
I know.
You cannot travel through the eye of the needle if you're pointing fingers at everybody. So to me, the conservative party, the liberal, none of it means anything to me anymore. It's all stupid.
Yeah. It's such an inward journey that we're being asked to do, and the awareness of just how programmed we are to not do the inward journey and instead focus on the external journey and focus on the divide and the differences and the shaming and all of that. It's a really, really disempowered state. I'm only going to be happy if I'm in this environment. I'm only going to be free if I'm with these kinds of people. I'm only going to be safe if ... That's deep programming that is disempowering. It's a very disempowered state if you believe that anything in the external world is going to save you or is going to heal you or is going to free you. You know,
I want to say one thing. It's really important. You know, this live, I've been talking about how you can compress 200 lifetimes into like 25. You don't need to go through 200 lifetimes. Those people, conservative, liberal, they're serving a purpose. So they're doing their job. They're putting information out there, right? The LGBTQ is allowing everyone to be free. The conservative party is saying, yo, we're taking this too far. So everyone's serving a purpose, but I want to be very clear. They're only serving the people who are going to be here for 200 lifetimes. If you really want to condense all of these lifetimes in 20, 25 lifetimes, you got to stop playing in that. You've got to realize the only true reality is happening inside of you. That's the only true reality.
It's true. People don't.
So are those people doing something? Yeah, they're doing something. Right? I watch movies now. They're constantly talking about this, that, like they're pumping you full of information. Great, you're educating people. But I'm so beyond that like this feels like elementary school. And I don't need to be in elementary school because I'm not going to be here for those 200 lifetimes. So you have to choose what the path for you, the path that is going to help you make it through. Forget what people think. Forget about what video you can do that's going to get you more followers. Forget about all of that. Stay true to you in that state of integrity. I could have had millions of followers by now. By being a douchebag, by criticizing people, I chose not to do that. I would be hurting myself. I would be hurting me. So I'm not perfect, but choose the highest state that's accessible to you right now. Choose the highest state that's accessible to you right now.
Yeah.
That's going to make it through.
And that highest state may require uncomfortableness. Exactly. It may require you to feel things you don't want to feel. It may require these things, but choose it. That's why we're here. Like let's accelerate our evolution and not de-accelerate it. let's continue to be courageous and do the opposite of what we've been programmed to do, programmed to believe in, and you know, these disempowered states. I'm so tired of it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the divide. I'm tired of the I'm right, you're wrong. I'm tired of the this is the right way, this is the wrong way. It's also exhausting, you
Yeah.
know.
Anyways, I loved our conversation. I'm gonna go ahead and post it to Instagram and YouTube. I love
I
you. Thank you for being
love
here. I
you.
loved it. I
It
loved
was so
it.
fun,
Thank you.
as
Thank
always.
you, Lorie
I love,
Ladd. And guys, make sure to get Lorie Ladd's book, The Divine Design. It's amazing.
I love you. Bye, you
Bye.
guys.